Now I have all of these thoughts and I want to get them all out. My most favorite Bible is this Bible called the Parallel Bible. You guys heard of this thing? This one has the NIV, the NKJV, the NLT, and the Message. So let's see. That's the New International Version, the New King James. I don't know what the NLT is. What's the NLT? Living Translation, probably. And then the Message, which actually isn't an interpretation. It's like its own little story. So that if you go into a verse that you really like, let's go to Psalm 121 or Psalm 139. Ooh, no, we'll do that one. Psalm 139. So the verse 1 is, "You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. O Lord, you have examined my heart and know everything about me. O Lord, you have searched me and know me." It has like italics. And then, "God, investigate my life. Get all the facts firsthand. I'm an open book to you." Right? Then the ending verse is, "Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." Oh, that's the NIV. That's the one we do. "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Point out anything in me that offends you, and lead me along the path of everlasting life. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my anxieties, and see if there is any wicked way in me." They like the italics in this one. What is this? New King James Version. "And lead me in the way everlasting. Investigate my life, O Lord. Find out everything about me. Cross-examine and test me. Get a clear picture of what I'm about. See for yourself whether I've done anything wrong. Then guide me on the road to eternal life." You should read the middle part too, because it talks about how you were beautifully and wonderfully made. But I like how it gives you just a little bit of a shift, but still the basic idea is the same. I feel that's so funny. I like it because having a different set of similar words to use with different people, I feel like that's how you need to get through life anymore. There's too much. Growing up, there was a lot of you didn't use the perfect word. And because you didn't use the perfect word, now your whole argument is invalidated, which I believe is not accurate. I don't think that that should be how we shut down truths. I believe that that's so funny that I keep doing that. So there was this satire thing called The Onion. It probably is still around. I don't know. But when our oldest was little, I had read this thing on there. It's the shut up argument, and it's satire. So they write it as if it's truth. And they were saying that if there's ever anyone that isn't talking the same way you do, you can shut them down with this argument. So they say something that you disagree with, and then you just tell them, shut up. And that's it. That's all you have to do. And then they are supposed to shut up because you have told them to, right? And I was like, how silly is this? Well, soon thereafter, shut up became like a swear word in some parts of the world. You know, you're not allowed to say stupid. You're not allowed to say retard, even though that means to slow down or is a little slower than. You can retard growth by slowing down the growth of, but language is an evolving thing. Language is an agreement between people. So if the majority of people have decided that you're not allowed to use that word, then you going against it is going against the group. And that has a whole nother social structure to it. But back to the shut up argument. Shut up became something that you weren't allowed to say. Like, it's rude to say shut up. You might as well say the F word to people if you say shut up. You're not allowed to say shut up in like the school system. You weren't allowed to say shut up in people's homes. I told my sister, I was like, shut up. Oh, Aunt Lori, you can't say that. I'm like, and I meant it like, get out, no way, shut up. I didn't mean it like, you shut your face, So like, oh my gosh. I take it back to like when I was little, we had 5 stations, right? 5, 8, 11, 13, and 17. And in our household, 5 and 17 hardly ever came in. So we really only had 8, 13, and 11. That's it. You had 3 stations and that's it. You had 3 choices to watch. And that's it. So some people were in 11's public television. So it was like you either watched what was on channel 8 or you watched what was on channel 5, because where my town was channel 8 or channel 13, because in our town, which was CBS and NBC. So in our town, if you got ABC in, why would you watch it? Nobody else does. So you wouldn't be able to have a conversation with people. And now how many stations are there? There's way too many. When everybody had like the same options, then we had a constant connectivity, and now there's just too much out there. The shut up argument. Since then, let's see, I went to start, it doesn't matter, that part's not important, but I ended up on a satire thing about, I don't know, 8 years ago maybe. And on it, they had another thing that was like, okay, so here's the new trick since shut up isn't working anymore. And now when you tell somebody to shut up, you're rude, right? So instead, what you do is you take a fact and you twist it by saying, I feel. So you take this fact and you say, I feel, or I believe. And then if what you're saying isn't true, it becomes a personal attack. So if I say, like, I feel like if you have something I want, I should be allowed to just take it. Now, if you argue with me about my horrible point of view, it is now a personal attack. And I just did it on this. Why? I don't know. So we'll go back in. And this is not where I thought this was going to go, but I will go along for the ride. When we understand that language is a communication and an agreement, we are just sending syllables and sounds out into the air. And you are agreeing that these syllables and these sounds are these words that mean this thing. And right now we have a group of people that are trying to change the meaning of things in a way that they are forcing you, they are attempting to force how you communicate. What? I have to think and respond this way because you have said so. No, I disagree. You have decided that this means that. No. Outside of your purview. This is outside of your control. Do not get to decide how I think, how I feel, or how I respond. That's a pretty big thing. So I would like to apologize when I said I feel or I believe. The I believe is more accurate, but the I feel that this, because then I was hedging my bets. Because I don't know who's going to watch this. I don't know who's going to see this. I don't know how they're going to take this, and I don't know if there's going to be any repercussions. So I was trying to hedge my bets. But I recognize it, and I take it back. And I don't remember where I was going with that. So, stand strong in your beliefs. Stand strong in who you are. You make your choices for how you think. You make your choices on how you speak, and you make your choices in how you live. And then you get to deal with the consequences of that. You think the way you want to think. You say what you want to say, and you live the way you want to live. Puts you in charge. And then you are responsible for the consequences. And when we think and speak and act in a loving way, not in a forceful way, not in an aggressive way, not in a manipulative way, then the outcome will be that way. when we're manipulative in our thoughts and in our speech and in our actions, then the consequence is not good. When we are controlling in our thoughts and in our words and in our actions, then the consequences are not that great. When we are considerate and sincere and integral and honest in our thoughts and in our actions and in our speech, then the consequences are pretty good. Or at least they're livable with, right? Then when the rain comes up, we're not sitting on sand. We're on some nice rock foundation. My cats say hello. All right. Well, here's another thought rambling with me. I don't even remember necessarily how I started that, but there you go. Apparently, that's what I needed to say next. Now, you take control over what you have actual control over. Your thoughts, your words, your actions. And embrace the consequences of such things to either learn from and grow from, or just enjoy. That's all I got. Have a beautiful and blessed day.